Hello, welcome to BIMobject Talks. My name is Matthew Jackson and we are at week 7, which is a manufacturer exclusive talk to discuss something really keyly important, which is optimizing the product pages, optimizing the information that you present to the users, well over 300,000 now, and how you can better increase the chances of being downloaded. And this all comes into building information management. This is the information that you manage on your side, which will enable the users to download the right information at the right time for you. So what are we here to discuss? Well, we are here to discuss better descriptions, so you can appear in more search results. Regions, how you can tell people where your objects, where your products are available, how you can connect your users to your sales reps, and how you can have different data sets. Now, some of these we have spoken about before. Some of these have their own BIMobject talk. So if you want to know more about search and how users search, check out our first BIMobject talk during week 1, available on BIMobject playlists. And data sets was done a couple of weeks ago again. So again, show and have a look at that. They each have their own 15 minutes, but we're going to brush over them here today, specifically on how they work for you. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is better search results. How can your objects appear in more search results when users start finding or trying to find your stuff? So first of all, you need to make sure that you have really good text descriptions. We don't want to see just 10, 15 words which come out of your BIM system. They need to be rich with information. These words are the words used when we apply search. Think of SEO, think of search engine optimization that you do on your own websites for Google, Yahoo, Bing, those sorts of things. We run the same thing here. So when someone at BIMobject is searching, it's exactly the same. If you have an air conditioner, but nowhere is air conditioner written on your product page, it's not going to come up in search. It has to be written, and it has to be well written. It's got to be good text. And the other thing we need to speak about here is languages. Languages. Different languages. We support over 20 languages. If your products are delivered to other countries and other languages, then you've got to supply the information in those languages because people search in different ways. Importantly, and here's the key, all information by default on BIMobject should be in international English. That's our de facto language, which of course is different to American English, different to British English, other forms of English. And then other languages can be applied. Now this is really important if your object is made of aluminium, or in the States, as we call it, aluminum. These are two different spellings. So if somebody writes aluminium or aluminum into a search, it's only going to find one or the other. It's really key. International English, of course, we write aluminium. US English, of course, we write aluminum. Different spellings for words. There's many other examples, but that's the only one I can think of right now. So here's a good example of a bad example. This page I have found in English. And you can see here, not only is it a short description, it's not in English. So when I type the word window, this is not going to come up. This product will not appear in free text search because nowhere has it the word window written on it. So this is really important. This is a good example of a bad example, and I've hidden some information. So if I type the word window in a moment, you can see that I've got lots of brands, 691 brands, over 250,000 products. Window, and I'm going to use free search down the bottom here. And I come up with 2,371 windows from 194 brands, okay? And I've written in English, American English, International English, it's the same. Now let's write window in French and see how many of that now should be not too far away as a word. I only have 152 families or 19 brands. So you can see, because it can't find the word, let's try it in German. Again, only 123 now in 20 brands. And I'll continue. In Spanish, very important for the American markets, Spanish, of course. written in Spanish, only 71 product families with 8 brands. And this is why we're asking you as manufacturers all the time to deliver us information in different languages. And that's it in Swedish there, finally. But how do you edit this? Okay, so you, as manufacturers, as clients to us, you have the power to add all this information yourself. And a lot of product pages, when they're first started, are only given to us in English because the companies want to do it later. So here in descriptions, we can find all the different languages on the right hand side because I've selected a product page. And here in Dutch I have nothing, and you can see that I've got areas kind of greyed out. Only if the information is presented in English can you provide a translation. You can provide links to different pages in different languages as well. And you've got 10,000 characters both in description and specification. You can see we have an English for US and an international English which has got the Union Jack on it. We show them as 2 different sets, which means also you can have 2 different sets of links as well. The other thing you need to go and do is you need to have a look at things such as properties. Are there any property sets that you can add for Architectonic or Arcom or anything like that as well? So that's what you also need to add in. Now that's on a one-by-one stage. What if you have tens or hundreds of products that you need to edit? Well, you don't have to go into the product pages one by one. Go into the administration, click on the pages you want to update or click all, and on the third button over you can export the products. And what will happen now is that the BIMobject system will export an Excel for you to go away and complete in your own time, or maybe you can send that to marketing or send that to product management. I'm going to open this now. Okay, so now we've got this spreadsheet, and you can see all the information in our default international English, and you can start filling in the information now in other languages. Once you've done that, you save the document, go back and import the product pages, and what it will do, it will retrospectively update now all the information in the languages that you have presented, which means you're no longer going to have this problem for search. If you're not sure how to do this, check out our wiki. Again, if you are a product administrator, you get access to our wiki, which tells you all about this information, product information, uploading multiple product pages, editing these product pages, etc. It's all there ready for you to access. So that's descriptions. That's how you make sure that you're searched in a better way. Next, regions. It's a really, really simple question, but where can your products be purchased? Are they globally available? Are they available in Russia? Are they available in Korea? Are they available in Japan or Europe or the States? Are they only available in certain countries? This is information which is really, really important. And you can do this by applying regions. Now I, as a user, can search by region. I can here click on my left-hand side and go to Filter, and I here can see all the different countries in which we have, and I can click on Denmark here, for example, and I've got 14,000 products. So about just under half of the products that we have on BIMobject are available to be delivered into Denmark. What I can do further, if I go back and I go to Window, if I select the BIMobject Window category or free search, I'm going to do the category here. I've got 1,269, and now I'm going to go to Germany. So 322 windows are available to be used in Germany. It's really important that you apply regions to product pages. Again, this can be done retrospectively, and you can do that. You can see here that this window is available in all these countries, available to be downloaded and used. And to do that, again, we tell you on the wiki, you have access to this. Go and have a look at how that works, and the wiki will tell you how to set your products to regions. So that's great. Now you can start adding languages, and now you can start adding regions as well. If your products available in France, add French. Germany, add German. Some countries, of course, run multiple languages. It's really important that you run that. So next, how can you, on your product pages, connect your users with your local sales reps using Spitfire One, even before the product is downloaded? This is something really new from BIMobject. On the product page today, when you go online, and I apologize to Actu for picking them out here, you can see that on the right-hand side, I can connect with my sales rep, but no information has been sent. No information has been set up on this page. I haven't downloaded anything yet. I'm just looking at the products. Now, if I go to this example by Gilgan, my account, currently I'm located in Malmo in Sweden. This is where my account is, and I can see that Rolf here is my sales rep who I contact. Now I can contact him through BIM mail, which is the top one. I can leave my phone number, or I can give him a call. His phone number will appear, so I can ask him about this automatic sliding door for Gilgan. If I'm a British user on my British account, I get a different user. We can specify this down to postcode or zip code. So if your country is split into areas where you have different sales reps for different areas, you can specify this so you can see your sales reps. Now what you need is you need local BIM Analytics core licenses, and you need Spitfire 1 to be switched on by your local sales reps. So any questions about that, if you're not sure if you have access to that or not, please go and ask your local sales rep. And what you do to set that up, if you do have the licenses, if you go into administration, and here I'm just showing you how Gilgan's works, you click on users inside your administrator. So you need to be a brand administrator to have access to this. And you just go onto your BIM Analytics local, you make sure that people are assigned, and you can edit the region in which they're available. So you can see how I can select a country. So this is how so a user inside the United Kingdom will now see Rolf. You can see all those regions already done, and I click save. I haven't, of course, saved it there because I don't want to mess up their setup. So it's a really simple, quick system for you to edit. Finally, how do you better edit your product pages? Well, data sets is the final one. How do you show more data? Data is really easy to get to. As I showed previously in the presentation today, it's located on your product administration. What you can do is if you edit your property values, you can go in, and this is where you find things like COBE, or this is where you find things like national requirements for the different countries when it comes to data. And we're going to have lots of these. At the moment, UK COBE is the main one. There's lots of ones in Europe, of course, appearing now, and I know that in the States some are coming. And as a manufacturer, you just go in and fill in this information. We're going to put little helpful eyes to help you out through this process, which is going to be really easy for you. And there is a whole BIMobject talk on this and how it's done, so I'm not going to spend any more time on that. There's a whole 15 minutes on how that's done and how it's used. If you want to know how your objects are downloaded, this is how it works. In Revit, using the BIMobject app, you never have to leave Revit ever. This is a video made for Building Smart that I did for a COBE request. And here I'm going to download a door, and I'm going to show you how I add data into this retrospectively because I haven't added the data yet. So there's a data set here. I'm going to download this door. And the great thing is with BIMobject, with your objects, they appear on the end of my cursor. None of this inserting and searching and finding. Use the BIMobject app. Now, I'm going to go and look at the data of this door. This door is a demo object, lots of empty data, but importantly, there's a data set missing. There's no COBE here for me to attach. But what the manufacturer very kindly has done is provided me with a data set online. Using BIMobject properties, we can retrospectively add data. This is how you can get data of different languages into your objects, how you can get data for different classifications into your objects. And BIMobject will be adding more classifications and more categories and more requirements as we move forward. Quite simply, as a user, I download what information you provide to me, and now the data is inside my door. Really that simple. And I can even update this data so it's never out of date. I'm just going to scroll down here and show you where it is. There it is there. And we'll complete default values if you don't fill them in. So those are the 4 things that we really as BIMobject want you as manufacturers to concentrate on. We want you to provide better descriptions in lots of languages so you come up in search results. The search bar is used so much in BIMobject. And if you're not coming up in the search results, then you're not going to get downloaded, which means you're not going to get specified. It's a really simple 101. And that, if anything, is the most important thing to take out of this talk. Secondly, regions. We need, and the users need, to know where these products can be downloaded and purchased. Third, connect your sales reps and users together. Get your local licenses, connect using Spitfire One, upload your picture of your sales reps and get people connected. Conversations and that value add really is a great ROI to bring people into purchasing your products later down the line. And finally, data sets. I've very quickly gone over that, but it is a whole 15-minute talk upon itself. You can find that talk on our YouTube channel. So past sessions, like I said, find us on YouTube. We've got a playlist titled BIMobject Talks, and that's freely available to watch at your leisure, and they're all about 15 minutes, so they don't take long at all to watch. Future sessions coming. If you want to know how your products are going to work in Vectorworks, come in for next week. The week after that, I'm going to be talking again for the third week in a row about analytics, sales leads. Are you missing out on sales leads? And finally, the week after that, Yasser, my colleague, is going to talk about SketchUp and how SketchUp works with BIMobject. So join us on LinkedIn. We have a BIMobject page, company and talk, where we discuss and debate all sorts of interesting ideas. Follow us on Twitter at BIMobject. Myself, Matthew Jackson, you can find me at AddCAD4Mac, and I tweet, of course, some personal things, but a lot of information about BIM and the work that I'm up to and where I am in the world. And of course, if you want to sign up to more webinars and talks every week, every Tuesday, info.bimobject.com/webinars. I'm going to upload this now onto YouTube and onto our blog. So thank you very much for attending. I'm going to answer Q&A in a second. And if you want to leave now, have a very fantastic rest of the day.